What's up guys, my name's Captain Dave and welcome back to Mass Effect 2, where last time we left off we picked up two new squad mates, that being Kasumi Gojo and the Krogan Grunt. And I do love Grunt. I'm so, that's one, other than the fact he has some pretty sweet dialogue coming up in the next few missions, I love Grunt and there was no way I could not get him first. He's just hands down my favourite. But anyway, whilst we were here we picked up those two squad mates.
No messages for you, Commander.
No new messages? I'm pretty certain there was one new message for me. Yeah. Last time we were here, we were obviously doing Normandy stories, and I forgot to read this message. It didn't appear until after I awoke and Grunt. So, it's from the Elusive Man, just telling me pretty much what I've done. Feel free to read at your discretion. But anyway, that is that done. We've got two of our squad mates, and I think it's about time that we take Cerberus and everyone else up on their advice and go and get Morden Solus. And also, before I do, as you can see, there's unexplored planets and stuff like that, and other regions like the Relic and was it Amon? Is that how you'd say it? Places like that you do need to go and search. But what I'm probably going to do is get all my squad mates first, and then there'll be time later on for me to go around and explore planets and collect minerals, stuff like that. I mean, when you're playing it on your own, like, I would suggest definitely going to get that sort of stuff first. Like if you're in a system, like say I am here in the Eagle Nebula, I'd go around, collect everything there as much as you can anyway, and then go do next mission. Try and get as much as you can at the start. But for the purposes of this walkthrough, I can always do it later. I don't necessarily have to do it now. I want to go around and at least recruit some squad mates before I start doing some side missions. So let's head off to the Omega Nebula. Yeah, but when you go to Omega, a lot of people tend to want to recruit Archangel straight off the bat. I'm not going to say why, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but there's a very good reason why everyone wants to get Archangel first. But I'm going to get the Professor first because he is definitely needed. He's obviously, that's why the game heavily suggests you get him first. And then while I'm there, I can get Archangel afterwards. Now while I'm on Omega, I do believe I'm going to take Grunt with me, and shall I take Miranda? I think I'm going to take Kasumi again, just because I've already taken the other two loads of times on Omega. I will be using Miranda and Jacob later on in the game, don't worry, I'm not going to completely ignore them from now on. But just because there are so many different ways of doing stuff in Mass Effect, I feel like I want to take Grunt and Kasumi with me, just so I can try and experience everything. Plus, I rarely have these two working together, so it'd be kind of nice for me. But anyway, looks like we have finally got those last 4 points that we needed. So if I'm going to put that in Assault Mastery, and then we get this screen. Basically, you've got Destroyer and Champion. Destroyer, your weapons inflict even more damage, and you receive a damage bonus to biotic powers. And then Champion, your staying power lets you survive marathons of combat. Power recharging time and Paragon Renegade squads are improved still further, and you receive a bonus to biotic power. Now, Destroyer is the one I'd probably recommend more, just because it means your weapon damage is plus 15%, like increased, whereas on Champion it's only 9%. But then saying that, by looking at Champion, it increases your overall health. Your power recharge time is decreased as well, which means you can use your powers more frequently, which would be perfect for Reeve. And also Paragon and Renegade, you gain more every time you do one of those, which is something I'm definitely going to need a lot further on in the game. So I think Champion outweighs Destroyer, so let's go with that. So that's basically why you want to sort of upgrade your that bar first, and like obviously the same with Grunt would be Krogan Berserker, which I need to get another 2 squad points up until I can do that for him. And the same with Kasumi of Master Thief. You need to get that up first. I can't emphasise how important that is. Now, the good thing about the Krogan is when you look at your shot... Oh, maybe I don't have it yet. No, I was mistaken. I was about to say the good thing with the Krogan is you normally have the... There's a shotgun that only the Krogans can use called the Claymore. Last time I got Grunt, he had it pretty near the start of the game. I must have unlocked it later on and not realised it. Hey ho. But yeah, that's another good thing about Grunt is he can get a shotgun that other people can't necessarily use.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate, now.
Of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Aria wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Cut the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Aria for keeping an eye on you. Afterlife, now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morden Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
Fair enough, thanks for the information, Edie, and I see my reputation precedes me. They know that things go boom when Shepard's around. I like that.
Please.
Shut it.
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaeed Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
Indeed we do, Zaeed. I appear to be interrupting something, sorry. Sorry, my apologies, Zaeed. Feel free to continue.
My contacts told me we're picking up 1 man, not 2.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him. And for my bring him in alive rates even.
Please. I didn't do it.
I said shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems. He should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
Thought it was a good place to hide, but I suppose a good place to hide becomes instantly the easiest place to be found when everyone runs there, I guess. But anyway.
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credits.
It's literally just a merc for hire. I've killed a lot of mercs for hire. I'm just letting you know, Zaeed. Just watch your step.
Good to have you, Zaeed. We have a lot to do.
That's what they tell me. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
Another deal the elusive man didn't tell me about. What a surprise.
No. I guess he decided to leave that information out of the dossier.
Good thing I asked. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns. Runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya, and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
Well, the collectors really are a priority right now, Zaeed, but I suppose it makes you sort of focused on the mission now. We're also saving people from slave labor. Yeah, sure.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes. I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
Well, welcome aboard, Zaeed. I suppose the one plus side of him just being the gun for hire is at least you know he'll do the job and he won't stab you in the back, because as long as he's getting paid, he'll do the job. But anyway, welcome to Omega. Now, Omega is pretty much the Citadel, but for criminals. For as pretty and political as the Citadel is, the Omega is pretty much the same. It's just run by criminals instead, or one criminal in particular. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Come on, let me in.
No, only Shepard has that.
Annoyed. If she were expecting you, you'd be inside.
Just like I'm about to be. Now quit your whining.
Go on in. Aria's expecting you. What are you looking at?
Don't you have something better to do than pick fights with people you don't know?
No, just the ones who get in my face.
You see my gun. Do you really want to do this?
Fine. You're off the hook. For now. See you around.
I honestly don't know why I just chose the Paragon up. Man, it is really dark in here. If I have... you can't even see them. If I have one gripe with Omega, it's the fact that you can never see a damn thing. It's so dark in here. Oh, it's a Turian. I wondered what he was doing in the corner there. Yeah, I don't know why I chose the Paragon option then, because the Renegade option's so funny. I just went there by default. I kind of really wish I hadn't. I tell you what, this place beats the hell out of Cora's Den, I'll tell you that much. Fair enough. Didn't quite hear what you said, but fair enough. I'm busy! Wow, everyone is so rude here. Let's go chill out and get a drink. I mean, Shepard already got a little bit tipsy on the Normandy last episode. Give me a scotch on the rocks, boys. Pour two out for my homies in the back. Grunt will have a double. My actions, you say? Ah, well, I used to be an old-time gold miner back on Earth. I'm gonna walk away now, boy. Man, you're not really the talkative one there, bartender, are you? Maybe it's because, maybe it's got a bit of a crazy accent. But anyway, while you're in Afterlife, it is definitely worth coming over to this bar, not just to talk like an old gold miner to the bartender, but also to pick up the bottle of brandy. Purchase service ice brandy. Yes, this will make Dr. Chokwas one very happy medic. So all that's left to do really is now to deliver that to Dr. Chokwas. Oh, well, I shall leave you be since now you're standing there on your own. The only thing left to do now is talk to Aria.
You want to talk? Talk to Aria.
That's exactly what I want to do. Thanks, Anto.
That's close enough.
Stand still.
If you're looking for weapons, you're not doing a very good job.
Can't be too careful with dead specters. That could be anyone wearing your face.
I was told you're the person to talk to if I have questions.
They're clean.
Depends on the questions.
You run Omega?
I am Omega. But you need more. Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me. I'm the boss, CEO, queen, if you're feeling dramatic. It doesn't matter. Omega has no titled ruler and only one rule. Don't fuck with Aria.
I like that rule.
I like it. Easy to remember.
If you forget, someone will remind you.
and then I toss your sorry ass out the nearest airlock.
So, what can I do for you?
Well, there's a couple of people I'm looking for, but before I ask that, let's get to know you a little bit better.
So, you must know what's what out Omega.
Everything that's worth knowing. I don't usually give it out freely. Information is power. Mundane things you can find yourself. Take a walk in a back alley or buy one of the mercs a drink. Better yet, talk to the entertainers. They give great tours. Just don't waste my time.
Speaking of your time, tell me about yourself.
Tell me how you got set up here.
That's as privileged as information gets. I have many friends and enemies I keep at varying distances. I don't count you among either. We'll see how useful you prove. Short answer? Mind your own damn business.
Neutral party. I'm happy with that. Easy to forget, and means you're not the first name that comes to mind when you want to kill somebody. I like being neutral. You can sneak in, sneak out, nobody knows you're even there.
One scan and we're straight to business? People are usually more concerned about who I am.
Your death was downplayed, but hardly what I call a secret. I had to make sure it was really you. You could have been anyone, anything. Whatever you need will come out on its own. I'm curious, but Omega doesn't really care about you.
Well, let me satisfy your curiosity.
I'm looking for Morden Solus. Do you know where I can find him?
The Solarian doctor? Last I heard, he was trying to help plague victims in the quarantine zone. I always liked Morden. He's as likely to heal you as he is to shoot you.
What can you tell me about him?
Used to be part of the Solarian Special Tasks Group. He's brilliant and dangerous. Just don't get him talking. He never shuts up. If you really need to find him, take a shuttle to the quarantine zone. No guarantee they'll let you in, of course.
Doesn't shut up, eh? Me and Morden are going to get on just fine. But while we're here, we're not going to get him just now, but why don't you tell me about Archangel?
I'm trying to track down Archangel.
You and half of Omega. You want him dead too?
I'm putting a team together. He's on my list.
Interesting. You're gonna make some enemies teaming up with Archangel. That's assuming you can get to him. He's in a bit of trouble right now.
What kind of trouble?
The local merc groups have joined forces to take him down. They've got him cornered, but it sounds like they're having trouble finishing him off. They've started hiring anybody with a gun to help. They're using a private room for recruiting. Just over there. I'm sure they'll sign you up.
What can you tell me about Archangel?
Not as much as I'd like. He showed up here several months ago and started causing all sorts of problems. If you make your own laws, which everyone here does, he makes life difficult. He's reckless and idealistic. But he seems to know enough to stay clear of me.
Which merc groups are after Archangel?
Blue Suns, Eclipse, Blood Pack. They're Omega's major players. Unless they're at war, you'll never see them together. But one thing they hate more than each other is Archangel.
Seems like the sort of guy I want on my team.
Do you hate Archangel?
I don't have time for hate. But I distrust them all equally. For now, I'm happy just to let them kill each other.
I appreciate the help.
See if you still feel that way when the mercs realize you're here to help him.
Sounds like I don't have much time to waste.
You've got all the time in the world. Archangel? Not so much.
The thing that does make me laugh is that the whole game they constantly go on about how you should really go get Morden Solus first. And yet, you come here and it really seems like the most pivotal mission is to save Archangel first, because it sounds like he's about to die. And the Merc recruiter is right here. And as much as you guys probably want me to go get Archangel first, I'm going off to get Morden. Morden is the priority right now for me. They say get Morden first, and I'm gonna. And as I say, I like to recruit my team in a rather specific order in which I enjoy. So